Thanks for joining me again today. This is episode 5 in the Peugeot J9 coffee van restoration project. What have we been doing? Well, it's coming along nicely. I have to say, it's really, been putting so many hours into it. Today we've got the, what have we got? I don't know, I've got that much stuff going on in there. I don't know where I'm coming and going. Right, today we are going to do cleaning again round the sides, mask it all off, grind a bit out round the front. We're going to change the master cylinder. We're going to remove that old cracked one. We're going to put some new ones in there. The driver's floor needed some work doing on it, so we're going to get stuck into that. What else are we going to do? We're going to finish off the underseal. Going to get that all completed. I'm going to talk to you more about the Underseal product that we've been using for the rust conversion. We're going to strip down the whole front. We're going to remove the plastics and everything there to try and get this front ready for paint. So let's crack on. We're going to start off with the cleaning of the little steps into the van, ready for the underseal that's going to go on around the outside. So yeah, let's jump straight in and crack on.
We seem to have a lot of dusty sand residue knocking about in all these crevices, and the odd snail straight from France, but we know they like the snails over there. So we'll get the hoover in and the wire brush and give it a real good clean down. That's nice and clean in there now, ready for some underseal. The driver's floor, when I took the mats, I've got these fitted rubber mats that come with the van. We obviously pulled them out, and you can see there that it's got this surface rust on the top. It's been painted over. This is from the top, so the rot hasn't come from underneath. This is from somebody with like wet mucky boots who's been getting in, took the layer of paint off or worn through the top layer of paint, and then it's been corroding from underneath, and then it's obviously had this paint put over the top. So I need to get rid of all of that. I'm going to get me grinder with this Y wheel on there. It's a fantastic bit of kit, like I've said before. It really does get stuck in and grind down well. And we're going to go over the whole lot of this and clear the whole lot out, so it's a really nice fresh surface to see what we're going to do with it. See how bad it is, and yeah, go from there really. Is it going to need a plate cutting in, welding in, or is there going to be another solution? Also pull out these bungs. These are what hold the rubber mats down, but the mats have got little tears in them, so the bungs have stayed. But we'll pull them out as well. They can be reused as long as they come out well. And you can see the actual floor itself is pretty solid. It's not pulling through great chunks of floor. I'll just give those a quick wax as well. Give them a bit of a clean up. Looking nice. Get rid of all the dust. This is the Underseal product that we're going to use. We're going to treat all this floor. We're going to treat all of that, just any rusted affected areas. We can blag this on. This is leaving that nice PVA kind of surface primer, and also it's going to treat all the rusty spots. You can see there we've got a few holes. We've got a couple on the outside, and there's just one near the brake pedal. We'll come back to that in a bit once that's dried off. Let's get these plastics off the front. 2 screws there on the front of that, and this pops out. Now it should be a bit tighter, but this one's got a couple of broken clips which we'll go into a bit more in a bit. We'll pull the wire through and the connector plug, and that's that out of the way. Look, that's the side lighting indicator, and that's it, just a 3-pin plug there. This one's got the broken clips. We're going to have to do some kind of repair on those. We can mackle something up to get it to fit properly. This one feels a bit better. Yeah, so that's got the 2 lugs on it still. You can see where it comes through. Oh, there it comes. That pops as well. You can see the original colour that we need to go back to, which is this grey. It's been painted with a black, but I've got some grey paint. We'll try that, see if it fits. It's looking a bit bare now, look. The other job we've got here
this brake fluid, clutch fluid reservoir tank, can you see all the cracks and marks, how it's all broken? So this is leaking, and you can see all this, how it's rotted all the bodywork away. It took the paint off it. So what I've managed to do is get these free floating reservoirs. I've got 2 of them. These are from AP Racing, so they're like a, if you're building a performance car, you pop these on there, but that's a performance van. So what we'll do is take that off, mount these onto a bracket here, and have them in place of this horrible scabby tank. I've got to get rid of all these crappy old air horns as well, we don't need them. And yeah, get it back to looking something quite nice. I'm gonna make a plate here, paint it so it all hides all of this and keeps these new master cylinders, keeps these reservoirs out of all the elements. So it should look quite nice when it's all done. Let's whip this off and get it back to basics.
We'll get the 13mm spanner in there, and there's these 2 sort of nuts holding these old horns in place. We'll soon have them out though. They ain't gonna be there long. Look at them. That's them out of there. These have gone all scabby and horrible. All falling to bits. That all the plastic's just gone brittle on them. Get that off of there. So there we go. That's them out of the way. They're just a positive feed and then earthed out through the back bracket. We've been wired in through this little relay here, so we can take the, it's just got a little jumper on there, look, we'll pop that off of there as well. That can go back onto the original horn. We'll get rid of that there. Just earthed it out through this bolt here. See if that will whiz off or break, one of the 2. There we go. That's rid of that one. And then the relay, we just need to break this cable tie off of here. Like that. That's a 12-volt feed. So he's took that off the battery or somewhere. So I'll have to do that nicely because that's going through all of that garbage. I'll have to cut that off of there. Pull that through from the inside. Oh, don't that look tidier? That looks loads better already. Okay, let's drain this tank down. We'll get the lid off to start with. And pop them terminals off of there. You've always got to watch the brake fluid. If you get it onto your paintwork, it will, over time, just dissolve the paint and lift it off. And I've got the old turkey baster. You can just take out what fluid's left in there. There's 2 clips on the bottom here. If I can get those out. One. 2. And that should tip up. You can see the 2 halves of the tank. The back half is for the clutch and the front half is for the brakes. So at the minute I can't get the rest of the brake level out of there because I can't get my radar in there. I might have to just pull these off and get a bit of fluid out. Try and get that underneath there once I've pulled it out, maybe. There it comes. It's going to be interesting, that. Just stick my thumb over the end of it to start with. That's that one drained out. And get a bit of blue roll. Okay. And the same with the back one. That one should be a bit. Oh, it still looks a minute. Not a lot, look, not a lot. And then we can have that out of the way. There it is. Bless the old tank. Just really cracked up. Shame, but hey ho. Let's have a look at one of these new tanks to see what the crack is. So we've got a nice little mounting bracket there. We've got the AP rocker, that AP racing, lovely. And will they go straight onto the pipes? I think they will. Just get that one straight in there. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful fit, really tight and nice. And this original sensor might fit on top of one of those, I don't know. Will it fit on top of the new brake thing, or is it going to be a different size completely? Perfect fit. Perfect. So how am I going to go about repairing these rusty patches? Well, I've got this stuff. This is Aqua Steel. It is brilliant. It's really good. It's got a treatment in there, so it turns rusty pieces back to metal, makes them solid and stops the rust dead. It also coats it with a PVA coating. It can be painted over in about, I think it's 8 hours for solvent paints. Anything water-based is about 2 hours. It's brilliant. It seals, it repairs, cracking stuff. I'll put links in the description for it. Let's clean this down a little bit and show you what it does. We whack it on and it turns everything black. So all the rusty parts, it turns it black, and then it just puts that coating over the top. You can just leave it. You don't even have to paint over it. It does seal it up, but we're obviously going to put some paint on and make it look nice. It's used on all sorts of stuff. You can even, well, boats, marine stuff, so sea. It's good for salty conditions and everything. Mega, and it's not over expensive. This tub here is more than enough to do all the bits on the van that I've got. So yeah, let's crack on, let's clean it down, let's get some on. So we'll clean off any loose dust that's knocking about again in all these crevices. I'm going to get a scraper in here and get rid of all the loose paint and loose bits of rust. Get it back to a metal state, and then again clean it after the hoover. We can get some treatment on that in a bit. Get some brake cleaner, carb cleaner in here to wash away the what we've dripped with the brake fluid. Just make sure we've got rid of all of that. And then I'm going to get these. These are the grill supports at the bottom, but these have been on there a good while. I've soaked them with a bit of Rostoff to try and free the nuts off, but they're really tight. Could do with getting them out of the way as well, so we can sort this whole front panel out and treat any rusty bits and grind it all back. Look how tight that is, really tight. But the old Milwaukee ratchet there brings me, look at the smoke off that. Oof, I didn't think that was going to come off. How tight, wasn't it? There it is though. Wicked. And we'll do the same with the other side again. You can see she's pretty tight on there. It's not been off for a while, that one. But at least it's moving and not rip the threads clean out the bottom. Okay, so we take the Aqua Steel and we just tip a bit. Usually I'll tip it into a cup or a little pot or something. I need a small amount. You can probably put a bit too much in there, but there you go. And then the old faithful brush. We can just brush this on to anywhere we see rust, pretty much. Just get it on there, brush it in, it activates, and then it just sends anything rusty, it goes black. But like I say, it seals it up afterwards as well, so. They say they use it on the Blackpool Tower and
bridges, big steel structures. I say, and it dries clear, so it's just like a film. You can't even see it once it's gone off. Just it makes things go a little bit shiner. So I don't mind just going over everything. Just saves any bother in the long run. Anything that's seen, we just sand back. And this, I've got to sand all this. So I've got to grind it all back down there. This little recess here that is ugly and horrible, and we don't know what's down the back there. You can't get to anything. I can just float this in there and it'll fill it all up.
And when you're done with this, you can just wash your brush off with water, ready for the next application. But I'm going to get in here. All these are to reach areas. I can just get in there, get it on.
Beautiful. And just let them dangle, and that will just dry and go off, and it'll go black, like I say, where it finds the rust, and the rest of it will just dry clear. Fantastic.
So we'll let that go off, give it a couple of hours or more, or a day, to sort itself out, and we can get on with some more grinding and getting rid of any rusty patches that we've got with the Y wheel. I'm going to go to town and get rid of all of this and tidy the whole front up. Get rid of any loose paint that's knocking about. Oh, there's a bit. Don't push too hard, whatever you do. Now this has had a decent crash at some point, and it's a double skin on the inside, so I can't get at it from the inside and knock it out, which is why it's been filled in the past by all accounts. So I'm going to grind a lot of that back there as much as I need to. Get rid of any loose bits and bobs. Anything that's going to give us any problems we'll have rid of. This wheel's, when you get at it, it's quite abrasive. It takes down filler really well. Get the wire brush on and just clean up any bits and bobs that over those nooks and crannies again. Inside this step, we'll give that a good clean and get the hoover in there as well. Get rid of all that sandy debris, it's everywhere. This must have lived its life in a desert. And then say get rid of that loose paint as well, all around the side of the step. Looking good. You can see now how all of that converter's turned it black, turned all that rusty bits black. Still not fully gone off, but we'll leave it, let it dry even more. Let's have these wheels off and we can get some masking tape and stuff around. Look at that beauty. Rip the back one off as well. Just prop that door with a broom handle. Always comes in handy. Get the old broom out. Now I want to mask off a line around the bottom so I can put this Underseal, this Schultz, around the bottom there to give us a bit of protection for stone chips. So I've got my trusty helper in here with the paper. We're going to get that in over the top, because this Underseal, when you're spraying it, does sort of work its way up the side of the van in strings. Can you see that jack handle? Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah! Trip hazard. Hey, that was close, wasn't it? Nearly went. We'll whiz his way along here, get this tape and this paper all the way down. And it's a really cheap way of doing it. This paper's pennies, it's not expensive at all. Does a cracking job and stops us having to flat off and mess about. It's got some panel white. We'll give this a quick rubbing over. Just get rid of the grease that's on there. Right, let's get some of that Underseal on. So the stuff I went for in the end, after trying those 3 different brands, this stuff goes on really nice. Leaves a nice texture. I'll whiz this bit you can't see, and then we'll go on nice and steady. Yeah, here it goes, look. You can see it goes on really nice, great coverage, and a can goes quite a long way. Again, I put links in the description for all the paints and stuff I've used, and the tools, and the gun. Look at that going on there. This is running at about 120 psi on the compressor, so it's got quite a bit of punch. And it goes on with a nice mottled effect. Oh, the paper's coming up. There we go. Seals that up nice, and we can overpaint that with some top coat. Colour code the whole lot underneath then with that Schultz effect underneath for the stone chip protection. Just want to try and make sure I get it in all the nooks and crannies. Get a good decent amount on the front. Look at that, looks wicked, doesn't it? It is messy though, you do get blowback, you shoot it into a little cubby hole, it comes back and gets you straight in the face, you end up with a black face. And it's horrible to get off, if you use a bit of thinners on your face. Never good. Nearly done, we're nearly there. I'll just get my trusty bit of cardboard there, because I'm shooting upwards, I don't want it to go everywhere, and that just blocks it from flying up in the air and going all over the fence and everything. And we'll get all underneath, round the back there, in that little step. Give that a real good blasting in there. Lag it on. You ain't going to go rusty anytime soon. All under the wheel arches and everything, all the way down the side, look. And then this back quarter as well, round the bottom there. Get the trusty cardboard again just to stop any overspray on the door where I don't want it. The full back panel there, all that sorted out, and around the other side as well. All on the inside here where I've welded. So yeah, looking good. Okay, now this masking tape off. Now it's all gone dry. Dry-ish, it's not completely dry, but it's gone off. It's been on there about 10 minutes or so. So it's good to pull it off. And that's nice, left us that nice line all the way around the bottom now. And the same in the front. There we go. The whole underside and that nice seam around the bottom there is all undersealed, Schultzed, so that can be overpainted. We'll give this a day or two to go off really nice and hard, and then we can blag it over with some top coat. We've got to do all these bits and all that sort of stuff, so yeah, we're not too fussy, but that was a big job all done. Really pleased, and it looks nice. It's got a real good finish to it, a nice kind of little bit of a motley kind of effect under the paint. It's going to look lovely. Next job, let's crack on. We'll get this wheel back on again, and I think I've kept you long enough in this episode, so we'll get on with the next one. I'll get some more videos edited up and crack on with the project. So I managed to get quite a bit of the preparation work done there. This is all kind of stuff that you do behind the scenes, and you don't really see a lot of it when it's all finished, but it's stuff that we've got to get right, otherwise we're going to have troubles in the future. So thanks for sticking with me on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Drop me a little thumbs up, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.